Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astrology, the astrology of I Am. I'm Lorenzo Sanford, your host, and this is our segment, Venus Fridays, When Love Speaks. And we have a special series that's beginning today. This is a series in honor of the fact that the planet Venus is now in the sign of Pisces. We talked a little bit about that this week on Snapshot of the Sky, our Tuesday segment. So I'm not going to repeat all of what we said, but Venus in Pisces is a really special time because Venus really does really nice things in the sign of Pisces. And so we're going to be examining different aspects of love. And not all fun aspects. Some aspects are going to be challenging, but it's still important for us to investigate these different meanings that come about with Venus and Pisces. Today's episode is one that has to do with the highest expression of love. We're titling it, Bring Me a Higher Love. Some of you may be old enough to remember that song in the 80s, I think it was. Bring Me a Higher Love by, I think it was Steve Winwood sang that song. But it's a beautiful idea, bring me a higher love. And so we thought that we would let some of our subscribers speak to us and talk to us about their experiences. All through this series, we're going to talk to people and interview them and let them tell us some of their experiences, and hopefully you'll be able to relate to them. So today we have a special guest, and we are wanting to be socially responsible still. So instead of having the interview live, we decided we would do it over Zoom. So we're going to now include this footage of the Zoom interview so that you can experience this this episode, Bring Me a Higher Love. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you on the other side of it.
Charlotte Clark, thank you for joining us today and sharing with us. We here at Astrology are all about opening up our platform to our subscribers who care enough to share what their experiences are. And we're always about love. So we're happy to be able to have you with us. You look so beautiful. You've got that beautiful brown skin. You've got those that floral. I can't tell if it's a dress or if it's.
It is a dress. It's a dress.
It's beautiful, and your hair. You got the lock thing flowing. You're everything. You're the ideal of what we want on our platform. Thank you so much for bringing your beauty to us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the affirmation of my femininity. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you and all of your masculinity, you sitting there with, looking very like strong and secure, like the male and the female. We're all in this together. We all learn and flow with each other. So thank you so much for having me. That your presence balances out my presence. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And we actually talked about doing something like this some time ago when you wrote a really beautiful piece on Facebook, and your writing is so powerful, and it just made me want to reach out to you and say, hey, let's do something. And that didn't happen, but then now we have another opportunity to connect. So I'm really thankful for that too.
Thank you.
So our theme is Bring Me a Higher Love. And we're dealing with the planet Venus. Venus is the planet in astrology that represents love. And Venus is in the sign of Pisces now. And Pisces is the sign that has to do with romance and has to do with inspiration and has to do with creativity. All the things that you are, by the way. And so we wanted to open up the airways so that we could share some of our subscribers' experiences. So let's just jump in and ask you to tell our viewers your experiences with higher aspects of love. We know recently you had a experience on Facebook that was less than higher. You can elaborate if you want, you don't have to, but we want to talk about the higher experiences of love that you've had.
Oh, Lorenzo, thank you again for having me on your show. I think this is an excellent platform to discuss things of love and just a deeper understanding of what's happening in the universe. So I really appreciate you allowing me to be a part of this evening. And I guess for context for your viewers, since we're referencing Facebook, so what I do in the Facebook world and the social media world is like I talk about my experiences with love, with guys, with myself, and my journey as a single woman. And as you alluded to earlier, I've written a few stories. Some of them were entertaining about just my, I guess my journey. And I'm finding that at this chapter of my journey, I think we're in February of 2021. My journey has historically been a pretty bumpy one because I'm on Facebook so much. People will read my writing and they'll feel drawn to me and they'll reach out. And I'm used to kind of side arming people and pushing them back and just keeping my boundaries tight around me so that I can protect my space and energy. And what's been happening recently is that there seems to have been like an influx of a lot of people. And I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's because like my writing or if it's because of my appearance or if it's something, inexplainable or something that I can't explain.
How about we check all those boxes?
Check all the boxes. Let's uncheck all the boxes because there's a lot happening. There's too much happening, and there's people.
Wait. You're saying that as a single Black woman, large volumes of attention is too much?
It's a lot because there's a gentleman told me years ago that that the same thing that attracts a bad guy, someone who's not about anything, is the same thing that will attract a good guy. And he was talking in terms of like physical beauty and grace and generosity. Because at that time, my approach to life and to men was that no, I just wanted to be unseen, unfeminine, very gruff and standoffish. That was how I carried myself, and it worked. And someone that I liked a lot told me, well, no, if you could add a bit more femininity, you'll attract some good guys. Yeah, you'll attract some bad guys, but you'll definitely get the attention of the good guys. And I wanted the attention of the good guys. So I made some transformation, and that's kind of what you see before you today. And yes, as a single woman in Atlanta, it's usually really hard to find a quality guy. It's very hard to find a quality guy, someone that believes in, a real meaningful relationship. And I think what I'm experiencing right now is a lot of quantity of people who are interested, but I think they're more interested. I don't know why, but I think it may be because of what they see. They see this curated version of me on social media, and they want to rush to thinking that they know me. And I've had more conversation with you in the last 5 minutes than I've had with any of them. And they think that they know me. So that's what I'm dealing with, is people who think they know me and they think that I'm the one for them. And it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's interesting to hear you say that, because I looked at your chart and you have Venus, the planet of love, in the sign of Aquarius. And as you know, at the beginning of the year, Saturn and Jupiter both entered into Aquarius. And so that means that they're aspecting, meaning touching your personal planet of love. Not at the same time, though, because Jupiter has moved forward ahead of Saturn's, but you've just gone through a period where Jupiter has been on your Venus. So that means literally your love life has expanded, and it has opened up, and it has been made bigger in a way that sometimes Jupiter does represent excess. So it's interesting to hear you say that, because you're getting exactly what the universe is offering you. And I think through all of this volume, through all of the quantity, it's opening you up to the vastness of the possibilities that exist, that perhaps you hadn't been as aware that there's so many different choices that are available to you. And I also want to just say, I think it's obvious to anyone looking at you now and hearing you speak, it's no mystery why you're getting a lot of attention. It's not because of your writing. It's not because of your physicality. It's because of your soul. You have a beautiful soul. So that's not a mystery. And I want you to embody that and know that, so that you don't have to question why you're getting the attention. You are getting it because it's in you. The universe is just giving back what you are.
Wow.
But I hear you also say now you want to sort of bring it in and create a certain quality, so that there's not just abundance, but there's also
quality.
Yes, talk about that.
The things that I look for, or the things that I look for in a partner, a counterpart, a romantic counterpart, are things that I have tried to cultivate within myself: kindness, generosity, intelligence, financial responsibility, someone who likes dancing, someone who's articulate, someone, who reads a book every once in a while. So those are the things that I have hoped for. And I don't think it's too much to ask, but what I've been getting was some guys that have those qualities, and then some guys that have some of those qualities, and then some guys that have none of those qualities. In terms of a higher love, there's a gentleman who is a Pisces.
Wow.
Who has like every quality on my list. And none of the qualities are superficial. They're all like genuine things that, like I said, things that I would expect from myself, or things that I would expect from friends, things that I would expect from family, just good, strong personality traits. These are things that I would expect in my partner. And these are things that this particular Pisces has, like everything. But because there's such an influx of all of these other players that are vying for my attention, and I'm like, backing, kicking them in the neck, trying to keep everybody away, I'm also kicking this person away. And the more I push him away, even though he has everything on my list, the more I push him away, it's like the more impassioned and emboldened he is to try to show me I'm not fake. I really want to be with you. You make me smile. Like, he's so incredibly lush and romantic in all the ways that a woman wants to be romanced. And because we're in quarantine, this person and I are not physically, in the same space. We're not physically spending time together, but he speaks to me in a way that I respond well to.
That's so beautiful to hear. And I want to give you a little tip.
Okay.
As your astrologer, Venus in Pisces now is going to be aspecting his sun in Pisces, since you say he's a Pisces man.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that he is going to be more and more open and receptive to love in his life. He's ripe. He's ready. So, I mentioned before that Saturn and Jupiter entered Aquarius in December.
Yes.
So Jupiter came and gave you abundance, gave you quantity, but Saturn is coming along too very soon in March, and it's going to sit on your Venus, and it's going to be a time when you're going to want to cut the fat away and hone in on what is valuable and long lasting, and what has stability and what has purpose. So you are probably very soon going to be cutting a lot of this extraneous. Although you must know that there are so many women listening now saying, "Oh, poor Charlotte, poor Charlotte. She has all these."
No, there's a difference between quantity and quality women. Don't call the quantity is like, no, I'm joking, but
no, I get it. No, I get it.
yeah.
I'm playing too. But you are coming to a point where there's going to be a concerted, concentrated desire and effort to focus on something that has really lasting potential. And it may be that you really let people know in no uncertain terms, hey, you ain't it.
Right.
And it may be that this gentleman comes and offers you something that really does make you see that, okay, this is worth investing in. And I'll give it an honest, open shot. So I think things are looking good for you. There's a lot on the horizon for you.
It sounds good. And I trust the stars. I trust your understanding of what's happening with the planets and with astrology. And so I receive that. I receive everything that you've just said.
And we are going to do a more in-depth look at your chart because my look at it up to now has been just looking at Venus, but I'd like to look at your whole chart. So I know we're going to do that soon. But tell us about the list. That sounds interesting. Tell us about that vaunted list.
And I don't have my iPad in front of me, but I actually have got like maybe 10, 11 things on my list.
Do tell.
Well, no, because if this video gets into the wrong hands and the wrong person uses it for nefarious reasons. But I dated someone 2 years ago who wasn't kind. He had so many other things on the list. He had a house. I mean, basic things I put on my list: have a house, have a car, have some transportation. But I didn't have kindness on my list, and this person was not kind. And after that, I put kindness at the top of my list because it's important to me. Even if someone has, material, financial responsibility, if they're financially responsible, if they're intelligent, if they can carry a good conversation, if they have a house and a car, some means of transportation, those things are all good. If they love to dance, if they love to read, if philanthropy, all of these things are important to me. They're values of mine. But if that person isn't kind, then it just negates everything else.
I love the way you snuck in philanthropy, which is another way of saying you need a man with money. Because a man who don't have money can't be a philanthropist. Let's be clear about that. I like the way you are so classy, the way you put that in, the way you threw that in there.
Well, yes, and yes. The way that I operate in this world is that I feel like I've been blessed with so much. I have so much abundance, and not necessarily, sometimes with finances I do, but also with gifts and talents. So I feel like I've been blessed with so much that it's important for me to give back, to give more than I receive. And I would love to be partnered with someone who has that same type of mentality. If they're financially blessed and they want to be a philanthropist and they're giving back, great. And that taken care of as well. But I'm also a woman that if someone is blessing me, I'm blessing them in abundance, more than they can receive. So yes, yeah, absolutely.
I love that. And I'm just teasing you. I like to play. But that's a good point because we're always here on this program talking about the fact that it's not just about us. We have to recognize that we are part of a bigger tribe. It's a bigger collective. And so having that desire to share and give back, that's just perfect. It's so apropos for what we want to promote in our people. All people, really, because we can't make it without each other. So I honor you for that spirit. I mean, and really, I haven't heard a lot of people speak about that specifically when a a lot of people speak about wanting love, they want it for themselves. And you rarely hear people say, I want to be able to have a partner who helps me give back. So that is beautiful.
That was beautiful. The way you just said that, that was
Yes.
perfect. I want a partner who can help me give back. We can give back together. We give to each other and give back together. Like and that goes right in line with kindness. Why kindness? And I didn't make the connections until just now. But if that person is kind, then that giving back, that generous spirit, that's an essential part of who they are. So
I so honor you for that. I'm from Los Angeles, and just hearing that word, it brings back memories. Stevie Wonder has a radio station in Los Angeles, right around the corner from where I grew up, and the call letters are KJLH. And it stands for, and that they use that as an acronym on the station. I haven't been in LA for a while, so I don't even know if it's still there. I can't see why it would not be, but the call letters they use are, the words they use for the call letters are kindness, joy, love, and happiness. So I grew up hearing that phrase, kindness, joy, love, and happiness.
Yeah.
And I am so happy to say that you vibrate to all of that. When I see you
Thank you.
on this screen, when I hear your voice, when I hear your intention,
Thank
when I
you.
hear the clarity with which you express it, it brings back those words: kindness, joy, love, and happiness. And I just want to thank you for sharing that with us today, because it's so valuable. It's what we all need. And the world can't help but be better if we all just focus on that. So again, Charlotte Clark, I thank you for sharing your thoughts and your intentions and your clarity of focus with us. You have made all of us bigger and more expansive and more loving just by sharing your light. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for chiming in on my Facebook post and being a part of my social media world. Things to think about, things to consider, different ways to look at my situation so that I can step back and be like, well, maybe I should consider that the universe is giving me something good, as opposed to, the universe is taking something away. So thank you for adding kindness to my life. Thank you for adding perspective into my life. And thank you for letting me be a part of your program this evening.
Yes, indeed. Will you come back? Will you come back again?
I will come back again if you'll have me. Yes.
Absolutely, we'll have you.
Okay.
And do you know the term namaste?
I think it's the something in me.
The spirit in me honors and recognizes the spirit in you.
Yes. Okay. So namaste.
So I want to say that to you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much. Look forward to sharing with you soon.
Okay. Have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and let other people know about this, because we are wanting to share these ideas of love, and we are wanting to connect people, and we're wanting to create a community of people who know that love is the most important thing of all. So we look forward to you sharing this, and we look forward to talking to more people about their experiences. And if you want to speak to us and you are open to being interviewed, please contact us at our website, www.astrologicastrology.com. Go to the contact page and put Venus Fridays When Love Speaks, and let us know you'd be open to sharing some of your experiences of love. We'd love to share your perspective with our subscribers. So please reach out to us if this is something that interests you. And we're looking forward to next week. Next week, we're going to do something similar. We're going to talk about a more challenging aspect of love, though. So please stay tuned, because we think that's going to be a valuable experience for you as well. As always, we wish you love. And if you need to get a reading, contact us also at our website, astrologicastrology.com, and we can talk about how your particular experience of love is unfolding, working or not working, and give you greater clarity. You can reach us at our website and on Instagram at Astrologic Astrology. As always, we wish you love and peace, and we say Namaste. The spirit in me honors and recognizes the spirit in you.